Good morning. Welcome to Time in His Word. You ever been just driving down the road and you're not on the main interstate, but you're on the back road and you're just kind of enjoying the scenery? You don't really have any particular place to be at a certain time. You're just kind of out for the drive. And as you're driving along, maybe you're listening to the radio or somebody calls and you get in a conversation and you're just kind of going through the motions as you drive. You're not really paying all that close of attention like you should until something happens. You almost run a red light, you run a stop sign, you almost hit somebody, and then that just kind of brings you back to reality. Sometimes in our walk in Christ, we get like that. We get like a tunnel vision where we get so focused on what we're doing, we forget what's going on around us. And there's nothing wrong with being focused on doing a job or a task, but it's when you don't see anything else going on, that's when you tend to get into trouble. And this morning in Ephesians, the first chapter, verse 18, it says, I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened, so that you will know what is the hope of his calling, what are the riches of his glory, of his inheritance in the saints. Sometimes when we get so focused on a task that we forget what's going on around us, we forget about I don't know how you want to put it, the great gifts that salvation gives us. We forget about the wonderful love that the Father has for us, because we become so consumed on what we're doing that we just block out everything around us. And then it takes some kind of a jolt to get us back focused again. And that's what I'm getting at this morning. It's all right to be focused on a task that God has us doing, but don't forget that the greater gifts and enjoyment of being a Christian has to offer. And it's easy when you get so focused that maybe you become a little bit bitter because you're so consumed with finishing this task. Maybe your personality changes a little bit because you're so consumed. I've got to finish this. I've got to get to this point, and nothing's going to stop me. And that's not how we're to serve Him. We're to serve Him in love and kindness, and all the while, yes, if we feel led to do something, we're to achieve that task, that goal, what we think is the end result that we're achieving for. But in the meantime, we mustn't forget, like I said, the love and compassion that He has for us, and that we should be showing to others as well as we go about doing our work for the Lord. I'm going to read that verse again. And I pray the eyes of your heart may be enlightened, so that you will know what is the hope of his calling, what are the riches of his glory, of his inheritance in the saints. We as believers are the saints. So let's not forget the overall, let's not forget to keep the overall picture of what's happening as we focus on what we're doing. So just think about that today. Have you gotten tunnel vision on a task you feel the Lord has given you, and you've gotten away from the bigger picture of serving Him with love and kindness that He wants, and at the same time being that shining light for others in the room? Or have you gotten so that nobody wants to be around you? And if you have, step back today, regroup, and just refocus on what you should be doing and not what you have been doing.